Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel where today I am talking all about my 26th week of pregnancy and I am feeling so much better, you wouldn't believe it. So first of all, I'm obviously going to jump into the baby statistics because that is the most fun bit of these videos I find. I'm sure you're all following along week by week with your own fruit comparison sizes for your own pregnancies, so definitely leave a comment and tell me how big your little one is now. So this week the baby is about 35.6 centimetres from head to toe and they weigh about 1.7 pounds, rapidly approaching 2 pounds. And they compare in size this week to that of a red cabbage, which sounds massive, and I can feel all of it. The baby is so active right now, it's crazy, absolutely crazy. It's, oh god, I can't even tell you how active the baby is. So we're going to move right along into my symptoms. And as I've said right at the beginning is I'm feeling much better this week, and that's actually mostly because things aren't really getting worse. So I can't say things, some things are getting better and I'll get into that, but most of the basic generic symptoms aren't getting worse, which for me, I don't mind things not getting better so long as they don't get worse. Yeah, so last week I was talking about heartburn, which isn't really getting worse. My hip pain, it still comes and goes. It still definitely comes and goes. A few things have got dramatically better this week. So I've been talking over the past few weeks about things like my Braxton Hicks contractions, back pain, pelvic pain, pain in my cervix, having a little bit of mucousy discharge with a teeny bit of old blood in it. Again, I know that's disgusting, but bear with me, this is a pregnancy video, don't watch it if you don't want disgusting. But I mentioned in last week's video that at my 24-week check I'd had a swab done and I was waiting to see if there was any results with that, and they did call me back about that, and they said I don't have anything unusual, there's nothing there that shouldn't be there, but there's a bacteria that's there and it's normally there but it's growing faster than it should. So they wouldn't necessarily normally always do something about it, but because I have been symptomatic with it, they prescribed me some antibiotics. I'm only on day 3 of my antibiotics, I've got to be on them for 5 days and I'm already feeling so much better. I know you have to take the full course of an antibiotic. I'm not going to stop taking it because I don't want to get dramatically worse again. I don't want to ruin the antibiotic. But lots of those symptoms have really started to ease. I don't really get the same amount of pressure and pain down in my cervix. Even when I can feel that the baby's quite low, it's not as painful as it was, it's not as irritated as it was. And then the course of treatment that the doctor chose for me is definitely working for me, and that's brilliant. And that actually is it really reflects my feelings about my local maternity unit. So my local maternity unit is amazing. The midwives always kind of remember who you are, they kind of remember any previous children you have, because it's a rural community maternity unit. They really invest a lot of care into their patients, so I love that. I have a great trust in them, and I always I can always listen to them. I always trust that when they put a student midwife in charge of my care, that I know they're not going to have done that for the sake of it. They're going to know that that student midwife is ready to do that, and I just have a great deal of trust for them. So the fact that I was having these problems, a doctor has gone and really nailed it with the treatment plan is fantastic. I know it's perfectly normal. I know it's perfectly normal, and it's what you should expect, is that you have a problem, a doctor knows how to fix it and they fix it. That's what you want. but I know that for some places, especially like in other parts of the country, you don't always get listened to so much, they don't always take you so seriously and all of that stuff, whereas in my maternity unit I really struck the jackpot with my maternity unit. The other thing I touched on last week is depression in pregnancy. I'm someone who suffers with depression as a symptom of a personality disorder anyway, so pregnancy is quite tough, and it can make depression worse for some people. Some people who've never experienced depression before will get symptoms of depression. It can sometimes be not very nice. So over the past few days in particular, I've really started to improve with that, and it's because I myself recognised that I was beginning to get bogged down with my depression, and I know in myself how I can elevate myself back out of that. Just because of the experience I've had, I've really gotten to know what works for me and my depressive symptoms. So definitely feeling better from that. I've started doing all my skincare again, morning and night. I'm trying to put a bit more makeup on sometimes, making sure my hair's looked after, things like that. Things that sound really vain, but for me one of the first things to go is like lack of self-care. So one of the best ways to bring my mood back up is to really invest time into my self-care, which I have done. It's been amazing. I've been talking a lot to my boyfriend all about how I've been feeling and stuff, and he's someone that like, he knows when I need a solution and he knows when I just need to talk it out. So he's been absolutely brilliant with that. Just like, I've just needed to rant about things, and he's been really helpful in just listening to me and knowing when I just need a hug, knowing when I don't need anything, I just need him to listen, and then knowing when I need a solution. He's really helped me bring all that to focus, which is fantastic. I love that. I've also had a really big long chat with my parents. Not even with them, just at them. Like, I just spoke at them for like a good half an hour, and it was so therapeutic. And again, this is just one of the things that I know that I can do to make myself feel better. And I did it, and I feel better, and it's fantastic. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna leave that there for today because I don't like to make these videos too long, and my one last week was super long. But I really hope that you enjoyed a slightly more cheery video this week, and I hope to see you back here at the same time, same place next week for my 27-week update. And before you go anywhere, I am about to insert a bump shot into the end of the video, so I always forget to do that, but I am determined to do it right now. So this is the 26-week bump. It's really weird because it's so like protruding and then it goes so flat right at the front. It's hilarious. Yeah, 26-week bump. Definitely bigger since the last time you guys saw it, because I haven't done this in a few weeks because I'm really forgetful. But yes, we got the bump. My belly button's really starting to go now, look at that. Oh, getting big, growing a baby, oh yeah. How exciting is that? So proud of my bump, I love it. Still not getting many stretch marks at all. In fact, the ones that I was getting have kind of faded a bit now, which is awesome. I still get some on my hips and stuff, but you know, that can't be worried. But on my actual tummy, still quite good. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye!